Let's go. Are we actually on? You're here listening with Kayla
and Georgia,
bringing you real, raw, and relatable chats on the Evolve to Thrive podcast.
Stay tuned because shit's about to get juicy as we dive into all things health, fitness, life, and relationships.
Let's go. Woo. Hey everybody, today I am joined by one of my BFFs, Georgia Seymour, and Georgia is joining me today for a live Q&A. So hello, Miss Georgia.
Hey, settle in everyone. It's going to be a bit of a ride.
Now, this is going to be super fun because there is no agenda. We decided to allocate this episode purely to all of the questions that have come through the DMs. But Georgia and I had a little wine on the weekend. No, we didn't. We just had dinner.
Yeah, we're sober and lame.
We're sober and lame, but we did have dinner, and she decided to come up with a list of questions to interview me on the podcast today. So this is a get to know Kayla. She has no idea what's in store. I did put a question box on my story in the anonymous, and normally I hate this because I normally get really shit questions, but some good questions did come through. I did have a little sneak peek, but I've forgotten them already, so don't worry. These will be fresh off the cuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But before we start, are we doing recommendations?
We do recommendation or tip of the week, and guess what? You're starting.
Oh, gosh. Okay. My recommendation is to make yourself uncomfortable. I've decided quitting my job next year, following you, and I can take you tour guide.
Oh my God, I love. Actually, this is the first time I've heard this. No, so Georgia has definitely been thinking about leaving teaching as well. So for those of you who don't know, Georgia and I are best friends from uni. So we actually know each other from uni. We studied, we survived university together, and then
To be honest, Kayla was actually the really smart one.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we would take your assignments and then edit them.
Yeah. Do you know what? You definitely helped me on the elective
unit?
Yeah, the RE religion unit that we did in our masters. I definitely needed assistance with that, but we persevered. We taught for 5 years, Georgia a little bit longer, and she's going to be quitting at the end of the year to become a Kentucky tour guide. That is really cool. Do you know why? Because it means you can get paid to travel.
Yep. Well, I mean, I've taken kids overseas, so I just thought, let's just add a bit of fun, add a bit of alcohol, add a bit of Lost, add a bit of narcotics. Who knows what's going to happen?
I love. All right. And we're going to do this in Europe.
Yeah. It's the goal. All right. What's your reco?
My recommendation, mine's going to sound really friggin' boring after that, but I made this pasta this week, and my recommendation is to do a red pesto pasta.
Wow, very original for you.
It's very, actually it's different for me. It's unique and it's good. But yeah, anyway, the rigatoni pasta with the pesto sauce. So normally a bolognese, but with your bolognese, you're going to add the red pesto sauce to it. And it's been freaking delicious.
Isn't rigatoni like rice? Like the size of a rice?
No, it's the thick pasta.
I'm pretty sure rigatoni's the little
Am I saying it wrong? The thick one.
Yeah, it's the round.
Can I please have a picture?
She needs a picture. Give her the picture. Anyway, it's like penne pasta, but the thick ones. Anyway.
Yeah.
How do you make the red pesto red?
I don't know. Ask Legos.
Legos or Legos?
She's not Italian. Don't get mad at me. All right, let's get into the episode. So live Q&A.
Okay.
Georgia, what questions are we starting with? Are we starting with the ones from my...
No, I think we'll end with them. I think we'll go lighthearted first.
Okay, done. All right.
So last night we had dinner with my dad, and he goes, wow, what an interesting dynamic. And he goes, what Seinfeld character do you think Kayla would be? And I was like, Kayla's probably never seen Seinfeld. So what Seinfeld character do you think you are? Because I know who you are.
Can you tell me who I am first?
So there's Jerry, Elaine, George, and then there's Kramer.
Do you know what? I'm going to embarrass myself on this podcast, and it's okay, guys, because every TV show that these two, Georgia and Matt watch, I don't watch much TV. And do you know what? No, I actually don't. So I don't know what character I should
Peter,
be.
who would she be?
I'm
Guess.
thinking- She has aspects of most characters. Not as wacky to be Kramer. Don't tell me.
Yeah,
she's
nah.
Yeah. I was thinking Costanza though.
It is.
Oh, no.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like 100.
Yeah.
Sorry, probably didn't hear that. I said Costanza. George Costanza.
That's so
Why?
embarrassing.
Why?
I don't know.
The neuroses.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The neuroses. The outbursts because he's very he can be very happy, but he can also be very explosive. And just don't get. You got to show her the scene where he gets caught with his pants down. He has like a fake job. You're not like that level of George.
That is so offensive.
But I think
No,
like,
he's the best character.
He
He's
comes
my
into
favorite
like
character.
the coffee shop and just like blows everything up.
Yeah.
You know, like he
And
just
always has like dating problems and shit too. Like,
I'm mortified. All right, can we skip to the next
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Is this going to
Okay.
be? Hang on, I need to ask. Is this going to be a roasting of me?
No.
Or how we?
great. Keep going.
So, at basketball tonight, yes, I dabble in the ball. A girl there was talking about like I guess her worst sex story, which you've probably done before, and she was talking about how she slept with this guy or tried to, and he came in 5 seconds, and then he tried to leave by saying, "My friend's just died," and I have to go.
My what just
My
died?
friend just died. And he had to leave. And she's just like, you've literally come here, came, and then has just gone out of the room and been like, my friend's died, I've got to go. So what has been like, I guess,
My worst sex
Yeah.
story?
worst quick?
There's a few. There's actually a few. But
Come on, any.
all right, I'm gonna go with. I need to be careful with what I say because this is for the world to hear. All right, I'm gonna give two.
Okay. Go
Okay.
for it.
The first one was I met this boy. We had been on a couple of dates, and the second time that I had slept with him, realized that I was definitely the rebound, and right after, in the middle of having sex with me, he actually just walked out into my spare bathroom and said, "I'm so sorry." And then he literally walked out and went really awkward, come back in, and I had realized that he was still in love with his ex-girlfriend.
I was expecting you to say the condom was in you still.
Okay, but I was going to say,
Lame.
all right, next story. No, the other story, I'll give you a funnier one. I did have an instance where I had an allergic reaction. To the lube. So I bought this shit fucking cheap lube, and this boy that I had again brought home, he decided to use this, and anyway, afterwards I went into the bathroom, and I'm not joking,
You were inside out.
but I was inside out. I was so swollen to the point
Peter's
that
face
all of
is
a sudden I thought, what has happened down here? I was very genuinely concerned. But yeah, that was actually probably my worst sex story in terms of like what actually happened to me.
It's a really good one.
So have you used that brand ever again?
I have never used that since. And to be fair, yeah, not again.
All right. Now, so for those, you all probably know, Kayla goes to the gym at one of the Derrimits, but you've had a couple of stalkers.
We were talking about this before.
Yeah, okay. So what is your worst stalker at Derrimit? We won't say which one.
There was one instance. This boy was, there's a few, hey. But the one of them was when I fractured my elbow. And a few of them are the oldies, to be fair. Like there's a lot of oldies that will come up to me and be really surprised with what I lift because I lift heavier than them most of the time. Or they just, I don't know. They'll try and start a conversation with me. But in terms of stalking, there was a guy, one time I did get a note on my car on my windscreen wiper. It was probably Georgia.
Mate, I remember this note, and
What did
a
it say?
4-year-old could have written it.
I actually can't remember. What did it say?
It was like, you're cute or you're hot, and then gave his number.
Yeah, there was literally a guy that wrote in, my nephew's age writing, 5 years old writing.
Probably worse.
Couldn't write. So I'm like, I don't know. Well, you're firstly not good enough. But anyway,
Not educated
enough for my liking. I'm sorry. Go back to grade 3. But I did get that note that was like, and a phone number, can we go on a date? And then I got another guy come up to me. It was probably the same guy. And he came up to me and he was like, I don't know, I don't want to be racist, but he was like, hey, do you have Snapchat?
What was that?
Like a Lebanese kind of accent that I
Was Lebo?
I cannot demonstrate. But anyway, he comes in and he's like, are you single? Do you have Snapchat? And then I'm like, who the fuck asks for Snapchat? And who uses Snapchat?
Definitely not our era anymore.
Heaps of girls now.
Oh,
There's so many
please.
girls using
I'm
Snapchat
sorry,
parts.
but you're only using Snapchat if you're cheating on your partner.
Yeah, I reckon. For
Swear
sure.
to God.
That's it.
Oh, anyway, there's been a couple of guys that are in my stalkiness at the gym.
Okay. All right. The next one is, what is, like, on the theme of Derrimut, very interesting characters that go there, right? What is your biggest ick of, like, people at that gym?
There was if you are wearing oh my God.
Not the ankle bracelet. The tracks where they're going.
If you're wearing slides, you can leave. That would be the first one.
Yeah.
Your tradie clothes or something. Like,
Oh, boots.
get an actual piece of activewear maybe.
Invest
an
in
ick.
yourself.
That's an ick. Yeah, that's an ick. Don't ask for my Snapchat.
Because I don't have it.
Yeah.
All right. This one is going to say a lot about you. Now, I imagine you've been given a really bad gift before. What have you re-gifted?
What have I re-gifted?
Yeah. Yeah, like could be when you're younger, because I know once I re-gifted this really ugly photo frame that was like of frogs.
Yep.
That was probably a re-gift to begin with.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would be really funny for end of Christmas year breakup at school to give. Now, I worked in a PE faculty with a lot of guys that drink beer. So I bought like this shit gift that was supposed to be funny. And what it was like not beer goggles. It was like this helmet with beers attached to the sides.
I'm really sorry, but that sounds like a beautiful gift.
Well, it wasn't appreciated. And when you do steal the Santa and then you end up, you can steal. So I ended up with that gift that I bought that was shit. So then I re-gifted it again to someone else in the family for the following Christmas. Like it stayed in my house for 12 months.
12 months. What the fuck?
And I was like, why did I throw this out? And then I thought I'm going to give it to someone in my family. And that's what I did.
Oh, okay. What is a strange obsession that you have? And then afterwards I'll tell you mine.
Obsession.
Peter, you have to think of one too. Like, what is something that you do that is not normal and weird?
I'm overly obsessive with like planning out my day, like my clothes and stuff.
Yeah,
but that's not weird enough.
All right. I'll tell you how we're talking weird.
Okay,
'cause
go.
I'm naming and shaming myself.
Okay, go.
So sometimes, I can't believe I'm saying this, I smell my socks after I wear them and I really enjoy it. like they don't smell horrific. I'm just like, she sweat a lot today.
Oh my God, that's fucking gold. I don't know. Okay, what is something that I do that is embarrassing?
Got one in the chamber.
Yeah, go. I can't think.
All right. So I've got two. One is I paint toy soldiers, but the fun one, the fun one is that I'll eat grated cheese straight out of the packet for like a good minute and a half in front of the fridge. Like I'm not going to eat it, and then I'll just keep going, and I'll keep going, and I'll
And
keep
you're
going.
thinking about it. Why am I doing this?
I'm like, why am I doing this? But it's so good.
Grated cheese.
Yes.
Grated cheese, smelling socks.
Oh, I don't know. Come back to me on that one later. Because mine are just boring. Like they're not. Like, I can't think of something
Do you have any obsessive
weirdly.
stuff you do, like when you're grooming or whatever? You do things with food that like people are like, what the fuck? Do you do weird things when you're driving?
Oh,
Do you stick boogers in your car when you shouldn't?
Oh
When
my
no
God.
one's looking?
I definitely pick my nose for sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
I definitely do that.
had any
Like the smell of
keepers?
dude's arms
How many
hits.
keepers? Nah, I don't know. I can't think of anything. We're boring the crowd. Next
Okay,
question.
All right. Next question. Now, what is your best self-love investment? Because I know what it is. Because you made me buy one.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh, let's do it. All right. Yeah. Self-love investment.
Mm-hmm.
The Whoosh.
Wow, we need a discount code. They are actually unreal.
Okay. For those that don't know, can you give the actual
Impress 2.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, like you should know, but I feel really sorry for you if you don't. So the Empress 2 Whoosh is the vibrator.
Yeah, and like online, I didn't want to buy one, but then I was like, you know what? Self-love, spoil yourself. There was after payday sale or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like half price. There's like 5,000 reviews on this thing.
This is
5,000
actually
reviews.
such a good
5,000 5-star reviews.
such a good
So it's not the
vibrator.
main difference is the fact that it's a quick
So it's like
No, I'll say it for you. Yeah. So the big difference with this one is that it's got the clit stimulator on it, but it does like a sucking type motion, and I think they've got a patent on it, so there's not too many others out there.
Oh, Kayla,
Get
go
around
through
it.
the patterns. Go
But I
through
will
how
say,
many.
I think I have an answer to the question previously now.
Hey, it's only $134 at the moment.
I got it for
I love
70.
how Peter knows all about the vibrators more than us. But anyway,
Well, you got it if you care about your partner.
yeah, true. But okay, so self-love, self-care, we probably need to admit that having a vibrator is not something to be ashamed of.
Not at all.
So yeah,
Well, like 29 was very ashamed of it.
literally.
Now, who is she? She's looking to buy the next one.
I actually love that for you, Georgia. We need to double into this just like for about 2 minutes. And so I always used to get, I don't know, not laughed at, but like
I would laugh
it
because I was very uncomfortable about it.
it would be a laugh about Kayla and the Whoosh because I am the single one. Like I am the only single one in my friendship circle. So it would be, Kayla, what'd you get up to tonight? Did you have a good time with the Whoosh? And I'd be like, yeah, actually I did.
because it's better than your partner,
And then
everyone's partner,
I was
because you'd be done very quickly.
You can very quickly, it's probably a form of meditation. That's probably my guilty pleasure. It's actually a form of meditation.
It's my daily meditation.
But Georgia has just quickly realized, so she's 29 years old and has never invested into a vibrator until now, and she now knows what I'm talking about.
I've been missing out on a lot.
So you're welcome.
All right. Yeah, I should have saved that one to last. That was really good.
That was great.
Oh, here we go. Have you ever stolen anything?
I think we're all forgetting where I grew up. I was definitely a shoplifter when I was 15.
My secret habit, I steal things.
I used to steal makeup and stuff all the time. Can I still get into trouble for that? That's
No
not,
way.
that should not be on.
I think you probably steal
Okay,
groceries.
maybe I was literally gonna say maybe sometimes I don't pay for all my groceries in Woolies. That's
West
a lie.
Farmers.
That's
Is
a
it
lie.
West
I don't even
Farmers?
shop at. I don't even shop at Woolies. I shop at Coles.
Yeah, Safeway sucks.
But anyways, yeah, that is true. I have. Have you?
Oh, you know what? This is embarrassing.
Or accidentally? Have you
No.
walked out and gone fuck it?
Last night I did with a Kmart bag.
What
I get
20
so
cents?
yeah, but I get so worried about it because the lady came over and I was like, I'm just gonna check my receipt. But no, so when I was like probably 5 or 6 in the reject shop, I opened a lolly and was eating it in the shop.
Yeah.
And then a lady called over security and I thought they were gonna take me. They're gonna take me.
That is gold.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Here we go. If you could enhance any other part than your breasts, what would it be?
My ass.
Oh, your ass. Okay.
But I've already got a pretty good ass.
But you would get a BBL.
I'll do more.
Okay.
There can be too much though. And it puts you into the realm of just black.
If I could change anything,
in the-
or did you said enhance? Oh, my lips. Yeah,
You want
I don't-
job lips.
I don't have lips, and yeah, like if I could have naturally good lips and not lip filler, but not lip filler to the point where it's clearly obvious that I get my lips done. You know what I mean?
Well, kids at my school get it in year 10.
Their parents pay for lip filler. That's wild.
Yeah. And it's like their photos, they're all like,
Oh no, that's horrid. That's
Yeah.
horrid.
yeah. Okay. Worst travel story.
Oh, my worst travel story. Okay. Getting completely,
Oh.
yeah, the story of Prague. The story of Prague.
We both looked at each other and knew.
Oh. Yeah, so I ended up on a pub crawl in Prague. This was my solo era of travel, guys and gals listening. So this was when I was in Europe for 3 months and I was backpacking by myself I'm not even going to get into that, but
When I had to take time for me.
when I took some time for myself, anyway, went and backpacked Europe, ended up in Prague, and I went on a pub crawl and got severe alcohol poisoning that carried on for a further week and a half. And right after Prague, I had a flight to Croatia for Sail Croatia, and I had the runs and I was vomiting for over a week. That was the worst part, to the point that I was at the airport in the fetal position eating my Pringles, calling my mum, and yeah, it was very sad. I was like, Mum, I actually think I'm going to die. Anyway, fast forward, I'm midway through my Sail Croatia trip and I didn't eat. You know how people gain weight when they go to Croatia?
Mate, a lot of people gain weight in Europe. You did not. I
I lost weight because I could not keep a thing down. I was literally just water out of my ass for a week. And then I just decided, you know what? I'm going to check myself into the hospital, got put on a drip, happy days, then had the pirate party after that.
Gosh.
Persevered,
Send
got
it.
blind and sent it. Yeah, that was probably my worst but best. Because it's actually so funny to look back on.
I remember when I
Yeah, tell us
was
yours.
in Poland and I woke up and there was a bug on my bed and I grabbed it and I put it in the bag and I went down to reception. I slammed it. I'm like, this is a bed bug. And she just got up and flipped the table. She's like, ah! And I'm like, I've been fucking bitten. I'm covered in all these red dots. And she's just like, we're full right now. The best I can offer you is a free dinner. I'm like, cunt. I'm covered and I'm itchy. You need to do more.
So you got bed bugs.
Yeah.
Bad.
Well, it goes through your clothes, your bags. Once you got them, you got them.
So how
I would
do
say they're like crabs, but I've never had crabs. Well, girls nowadays don't have any.
Apparently.
Unless you go to Texas.
Oh my God, I was going to say.
Yeah, full bush.
Peter was talking. Peter, elaborate.
Oh yeah. So I've just come back from Texas. Everyone knows from last week. No. Every girl in Texas is
Are they
if not-
manicured?
Yeah.
Not manicured, but like.
But there's a bit of thickness
Oh.
within it. Yeah, yeah.
was like,
and I
there's
can
her.
confirm also, like, younger girls here too, also, they're not all shaved anymore.
What?
How young are we talking? Oh,
Neither
sorry.
confirm nor deny. I will not incriminate myself. Moving on.
I do not want to know how young Peter is sleeping with women. Oh my god, the mic. The mic. Let's fix this, Peter. Next question, George.
Okay. Well, apparently the bush is on a comeback because Matt's boyfriend, Paddy, when I was like talking to him, he goes, you know, the bush is on a rise. And I'm like, why would we do that?
I'm not doing
Why
that.
would we
I'm
do
not.
that?
I'm not conforming to that.
Like, I have a hard time, like, keeping up with my legs. Like,
It's scary.
bring the laser.
Laser is the way to go.
Yeah.
You end up confused.
Does it get in your teeth?
No, but you end up confused because you've got to adjust, right? Like, because
Yeah.
it's different.
Yeah. I mean, there's padding.
And there was it took me a minute to be like, it's like if a game
Is that
changes
real?
like the level, and you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened? Like, why this isn't the same? What
But
do you
it's
mean?
like
It's not the same
you're
shit.
almost like looking at it like, oh,
But if done correctly, it is kind of hot too, though.
okay.
I will admit. It's good. Every girl that had it, I was like, oh, it's a bit different. Like, it was different every time. Like, because they've all got
Spraz.
different. Yeah.
It's like sprout.
No, it was nice. It wasn't bad. And like, they weren't like fucking like out of control shit. But it was
You didn't find one of those.
no. Well, that was years ago in Barcelona. That was an Argentinian chick. That was horrible.
Oh.
Wowee. Okay. Keep doing it.
no shaming. It's fine. Like, whatever.
Whatever works. All right.
Audience,
Yeah,
if
fair.
you have the bush, we're very sorry that we degraded you. All right. Next. Well, yes. Okay. What is the worst piece of advice you've given someone?
I give a lot of bad advice.
She says on her podcast.
Hey, the advice was not related to fitness. I give amazing fitness advice, but I do not give good relationship advice. Georgia, probably the last thing I said to you was probably the worst piece of advice I've given someone. No, actually, no. I disagree.
I think, like, we give advice based on our own experience
Yeah.
and what we see other people go through.
Yeah.
So from your experience, your advice is very valid.
True.
So I guess,
think
like,
in terms of worst advice, I think when I always come from a place of pure honesty, and when I do that, it gets me in trouble. So some advice that when I give advice and I say that their partner's a piece of crap, well, that's probably not good advice to them, but it's good advice from me.
I don't like your partner. It's me or them.
Yeah. Like, I've lost a friendship over that. But carry on.
R.I.P. Okay. All right, we'll go. What's your love language?
Oh, physical touch, 100%. Touch me everywhere.
No, but that's it. So that would be affection. You need to touch.
I do touch people.
It freaks me out.
So we've got physical touch, words of affirmation, gift giving. Like, what's the name of that one?
Is it acts of kindness?
Acts of service.
Yeah.
I do like when people do that.
But I mean, like, your love language is like what you show people, but what you like could be completely different.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were asking what I like.
Okay, do both.
Okay. Well, what I like is physical touch.
Mhm.
What do I do for people? Probably
Physical touch.
No. I think acts of service. I do that for people that I care about. Quality time, actually.
I was going to say, what does that look like?
Hang on. Definitely quality time. I'm a fucking vibe.
All right.
No, George, just to answer the question. What is my love language, do you think?
I don't know, because you love your own time. Actually, I don't know. Peter, I need some help. What do you reckon her love language?
No, I was surprised it was physical touch.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? What do you mean?
No, I thought it'd be words of affirmation.
Yeah, you would froth words of affirmation.
As in, like, people
Wow,
giving...
your body's so hot.
Yeah.
You love when
Yeah,
people
yeah,
say that.
No, it doesn't do it for me because I've got a good, like...
Self-esteem.
Yeah, I've got a good self-esteem. I don't need to be told. I know. It actually drains me when people give me compliments. I don't take compliments well.
Lie.
I actually.
I'm feeling really bloated right now.
I feel you. Just tell me you love
No,
me.
but that's good though. If that's you only, I think you only have two usually.
Yeah.
Two main ones.
I would say no, genuinely, because I was nearly just dropped a name. Then not going to do that. Either were blah blah. I would say quality time, quality time, or quality time and physical touch for sure.
Okay.
They're my two.
I think mine is definitely acts of kindness,
Yeah,
but like both ways.
Yes, I would definitely
Because
agree.
like gifts, not really my thing.
Nah, I'm the same. I can buy my own shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm successful and I love Afterpay.
Gee, I haven't used Afterpay in a while. Anyways, carry on.
All right, Peter, what's your love language?
It's the touch one and the affirmation one.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, touch me and tell me it's good.
I'm loving this episode. Anyway,
all right. Next.
I'm awkwardly leaning because of this.
Yeah, you're just completely blocking our other guest
I know.
on the
I just
Oh,
keep.
you got
We
the
keep
back towards
moving.
you the
We
whole
keep
time.
moving the
Oh,
mic.
blocking your face. No, so go low. So when you swing it to me, swing
Okay.
it across.
Okay.
Anyways,
So you obviously invest a lot in your business.
yes.
What was the biggest waste of money? Because I know what it was.
Do you actually?
Yeah. But what do you think it was?
I know what it was. I spent like $4,000 on someone to help me grow TikTok, and it did not work.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, definitely that marketing course you did.
I've done a couple. I've spent a lot of money on my business, but yes, there was a time when TikTok became big, like as in when TikTok started becoming big. I spent $4,000 on someone to help me grow my TikTok, and my TikTok did not grow. But that's probably partially my fault. I probably didn't put enough work into it.
You just kept posting too many TikToks with your cousin, maybe.
maybe that was why.
Yeah.
That was definitely it.
Okay. Well, I was going to say the same thing. I was like,
Was that your answer?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like clothes you wear all the time, like everything else that you've paid for.
Everything else has been worth it, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Next. What was the best part about quitting your job? And we spoke about this the other night after you saw Carly. I'm going to do symbols. I was going to do another one, but
Yeah, no, hang on. I'm just going to say,
you've like leveled up to be in a state of flow.
yeah, okay, flow. Yeah. Well, the best thing about quitting my job is that I now do, I'm very Georgia, did you fart?
Sorry, everyone, if you can smell that.
The best part about quitting my job is I work for myself now.
Yeah.
I work when I want. I work all the time, but it's different because I enjoy it. And so if I want to just have a day of getting pampered or going for a walk in the sun and catching up with a girlfriend, I can do that. But then the result of that is I'll work till midnight.
I was going to say, I haven't seen those rewards yet. It's only Matthew.
Yeah, no, but I think all in all, the best part is I can work from home, and it gives me a lot more flexibility with my weeks and my days, and not driving freaking 30 minutes.
Not losing all your demerit points.
Yeah. That's it. That's a true one.
Oh, have you told that story?
What? Which one?
The car accident.
Oh my God.
Yeah, all right. Kayla, what have you ever gotten out of a speeding ticket before?
Yes.
More than one?
You want me to elaborate, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was one that I did not get out of, and there was one that I did, in fact, get out of. So,
One, your car probably should have been impounded.
okay, we hang on. Which one are you talking about for that?
You explain, I'll tell you.
Okay, are you talking about the time that I was driving to Echuca?
Yeah.
Okay, I was driving to Echuca. I had my mother in the car with me, and it was dark, and it was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. And think of highway and, yeah, middle of buttfuck nowhere. And so I was speeding to get to Echuca anyways, as you do.
How fast were you going?
It's irrelevant.
I don't know if it is.
No, I think the police officer lied, to be fair, because I had it on cruise control and they tried to tell me I was 30 Ks over the speed limit, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I can confirm I was like 15 Ks over when I glanced down at my odometer. Yeah.
Is that when the lights were flashing?
Yeah, anyway, so they got me on the hill, but I got pulled over by a highway patrol. I feel like I definitely should not be sharing this story online.
You're just human.
Anyway, and then they said, oh, is there any, have you been drinking tonight? And I said, no. Is there any reason why you're speeding? I'm like, I really need to pee.
But let's just say.
I said, no, I did say, how nice do you feel like being tonight?
Okay. What attire were you wearing?
I was actually very covered.
No,
was I
weren't.
not?
You were in like this one piece where like your boobs are out, the back's out. And I can just imagine like, excuse me, officer. And like push your boobs together. How nice do you want to be tonight? And then poor Helene would have been like,
no, she was actually like, Jesus, I cannot believe that happened. She's like, that wouldn't have happened to me.
Yeah, definitely not.
Anyway, yeah, so that happened. I did save my license. That was good.
Okay. Very lucky. I, on the other hand, have not yet lost demerit points since I was 18.
How many?
I've never lost any.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a saint. And I won't take any for nobody.
Until now.
On the way home gets done.
Imagine.
Fucking hell, put that in the universe. Okay. We're nearly on our anon.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever, this one is very common for women. When you do a big lift, have you ever wet yourself?
No, but I've definitely farted. I have not shut myself.
I've not sharted.
I have not done that. I have definitely let out a fart in the middle of a gym class before.
Oh, gym class.
Yeah, I have
Worse.
actually when I was younger.
Like yoga?
That was embarrassing. It was tummy, hips and thighs.
You know what? I've done one in one of those vinyasa flows, like when your legs are spread up on the wall and they move you. And then it's just like,
was it a queef?
No, wouldn't have been. I don't even know what it was. I was too young to know what the difference was, probably. I'm too sheltered. But like when she moved me, it just went, and everyone's just like silent.
Actually did.
All right. What is something that's on your dream and vision board at the moment?
Something on my dream and vision board. I did want to move interstate. And I did also want to compete overseas.
Okay, well, good segue. This is one of our questions. Okay. So the questions are, there's a couple. When are you competing next? And what category would you be in FMG? Is that right?
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to compete in season B this year. And I really wanted to compete in Dubai, but then I realized how expensive that would be. And
you know what? The person who's living there that I'm so obsessed with looks like she's having the fucking time of her life.
Yeah, it looks unreal. It looks so good. I'm very jealous.
But I'm not paying $28 for a coffee.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it? Yeah. That's why we'd just go over to compete. But yeah, I definitely wanted to. And then I think just recently my priorities have shifted a little bit. It does cost quite a lot of money to compete. Like I would have easily spent over $5-6 grand to compete last year. And not to say that I didn't love it, because I absolutely loved it. I think if cost wasn't an issue, then I would definitely compete in season B this year. But there is a lot of expenses, and I think just my expenses and priorities at the moment are more towards business. So I think I would rather spend more money on business. With that said, there is a possibility that I may compete at the end of the year still, if not maybe 2025.
I was going to say, I'm turning 30.
And I do need to make sure that, yes, I am available for the 30th. So maybe we do. Who knows? Maybe
they might have a show in Greece, you know?
But maybe I don't compete because I actually want to just have a good time. And I did consider there is a show in December.
Oh, yeah.
In Bali.
Someone would hate you.
There is literally a show in December in Bali, and it's Matt's birthday.
Weekend?
Pardon?
Is it the weekend?
It's literally the weekend of Matt's 30th, so I don't think it's going to happen.
Unless we buy him a flight to Bali.
Oh my God, imagine.
Matt, don't listen to the podcast.
Anyways, yeah. So okay. we're on the fence. I think I definitely want to compete. When is a question that I still am yet to confirm.
Yeah. Okay. Feel category?
Bikini Athletica, which is a brand new category in FMG. And so, interestingly, we are going to have Belle on the potty next week. So maybe we talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, she's the expert. I know.
Yeah.
Not that much.
But we did decide the reason that I didn't do as well as I had expected with the FMG was because I was actually a little bit too muscular. So I ended up, they did tell me that I would be better suited towards Bikini Athletica in FMG.
Well, that's actually really good feedback.
So yeah, that's the feedback that I received. So that's what we're going to try.
Very good. All right. This person sent two. Okay. Now, you've probably said this in an earlier podcast, but how did you get into weight training and how long ago?
Okay.
All I remember is that that guy that was doing the leg press and he snapped his leg. And he was your friend.
Oh my God. Hang on. Who was that?
I don't know, but you guys were training together.
Shit.
At
and
Mountain.
He snapped his leg.
Mountain Waves.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got into the gym when I was like 17, 18. I was a hardcore runner. Not anymore, but I was. I would run and swimmer. I was a swimmer as well, yes. But yeah, got right into I was just unhealthy in the sense of overtraining, undereating. And this one guy that I worked with, so at the time I worked at a leisure centre. And I worked on reception, I worked as a lifeguard, a swim teacher, and then I eventually got into being a gym instructor. But I remember this one guy who worked there and he's like, Kayla, I want to train you. And I said, no. He's like, you need to eat more and you need to get into weights. And I said, nah, like I'm loving life. Like I would literally just smash HIIT workouts. Yeah. Like I would just smash.
Fitness bunny.
Yeah, I was a full fitness bunny. Anyway, I just took on his advice and I was like, all right. He goes, I want to train you. Come train with me. And I started training with him. And I literally can thank him for that because that
Did you want to do a shout out?
Let's do a shout out. His name is Ash.
Does he still train? Is it a business?
I have not spoken to him in years. Years I have not spoken to him. He was a bit older than me. But he just, I don't know, there was something about him that he just wanted to keep teaching me. And that was back in the days where I would just literally look on bodybuilding.com. He would write up these programs for me. I was actually lifting pretty heavy. I look back at my technique. It was fucking atrocious, but I was sitting there trying to do an 80 kilo barbell back squat. My technique was horrible. I don't know how I didn't die, but yeah, it was wild what I was lifting with this guy. But my technique was terrible. He didn't really help me with my technique too much, but he did in fact get me into weights and I'm talking proper weight training.
Yeah,
I learned a lot from him. So I was 18 at the time when I got into that and I am now 28. So yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years. All right. So you spoke in there a little bit about like having to eat more.
Yeah.
How did you overcome the fear of eating more?
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna do another episode fully dedicated to my story of like my 18-year-old me, and how I have evolved,
thriving,
and now I'm thriving. So some would say. Anyway, I definitely want to do a whole episode on this because I actually have never really shared my story. I don't think I've ever shared what I actually kind of went through in my like during year 11 and 12. Like I definitely look back in hindsight and I had a really bad eating disorder.
Yeah.
But going from that, I think again it came to just experience with going through bodybuilding preps, dieting for a long time, being stuck on 1,200 calories. Like that was definitely me. I was definitely stuck on 1,200 calories. I was petrified to eat. Couldn't even think about increasing my calories beyond 1,500, 1,600. And then back in the day I worked at F45 and that's when it was like 1,600 calories. I thought I was eating a lot of food. Like I thought I was eating, I dead set thought I was eating a lot of food back then. And then I just started learning and I just started like listening to podcasts, having other mentors that I would listen to. And then I would see other girls just eating all this food and being like, what the hell? And then I was like, I want to be like that. I want to get out of a deficit. But then to be fair, I also just ended up on the flip end, just having binge eating episodes as well.
All right.
So we'll hold it. But
save that.
But I ended up like just falling into it, to be honest. And then I just realized, oh, this is actually amazing. This is cool. My body has adapted to this. And then now I always preach the surplus life because this is when you can actually have more food freedom. And that's, I think, another topic for another episode is getting into that.
Cool. All right. So people who don't know much about Kayla, she's got a very good business model. And usually people leave, right? Like in every business, people leave, but most of your people come back. Why do you think they come back?
This is a good question. So recently I have had a number of clients, I have had a number of clients, obviously, leave. And I am all for my clients going and testing the waters. Like I have if you want to go trial another coach, if you want to go see who works for you, go for it. Like it doesn't bother me. I think I know that what I do is good. But yes, I have had a number of clients come back and they will come back and say, I didn't like this person or I didn't like the quality of service that I got. I really like the way you coach me. I don't know what it is that I do. I think I just understand people. I actually listen.
You're a people person.
I just fucking listen. And a lot of coaches, I think, don't do that. A lot of people will just get given a program. They're told one-on-one tailored coaching. It's not fucking one-on-one tailored coaching. I'm quite fortunate where I am managing people to the sense that I can actually deliver a really good quality service, and I would rather take on less people and provide a premium service, and not just say that I'm providing a premium service. So I think because I listen to them, and I've learnt that there's certain people that need a phone call as a check-in.
Yeah.
And I think that stands out. There's a lot of coaches that don't do that. There's a lot of coaches that will just give an email. That is one thing that I've received feedback on, is an email is just their standard form of communication, or a written message, a voice memo, a Loom video, whatever it is. I'm all for it. I do Loom videos with my clients as well. But some people just want a fucking phone call. Some people
it's not necessarily you speak a little bit about what went on that week, but you're more of
I actually talk to them.
Advice.
I actually, there's a lot of, I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit of a psychologist or a therapist, but I think the most important question that I'll ask every single client before I start a check-in is, how are you? And how are you this week mentally? Because if your mental health's not good, your whole week's shit. And that's usually why you're not compliant. So I think that might be my answer.
Very good. Very good. Now, when people get programs, I do this, is that if there's an exercise I don't like, I don't do it.
Yeah.
And so what is an exercise that you just refuse to do?
I actually love this. This is so good. I fucking hate doing.
It's probably like the easiest exercise ever too.
I really hate quad exercises.
Oh.
Like, I really actually hate hack squats.
I was going to say, I've actually few and far between seeing you on the hack squat machine.
It's always programmed and I'm like, oh, Belle, not again. But to be honest, I'm starting to get really sick of hip thrusts.
See, can't stand them.
I am starting to get really sick of hip thrusts, but it is what you do, right? You just suck it up. But that's on the note of that, that's actually why I pay for a coach, because I'm more likely to do the program. Well, I just do the program. I just do what I'm given. I'm a coachable client. Ask Belle. We'll ask her next week if I'm a coachable client. But I just do it. If I programmed for myself, there would be a lot of exercises I don't program. I'm probably like a deficit static lunge. I'm not they shit me.
You program them
all the time,
people.
all the time, because it's a good exercise, but I hate it. So I have a lot of love-hate exercises.
Yeah. Okay.
CC squats, I hate them actually.
Oh, fun fact. What's the sissy squat named after?
A CC.
A Greek god. Okay. We've done that. Okay.
Just realised I'm out of the camera scene.
Mm-hmm. Now, to the real world,
coming back over,
or to your following, you look like you're consistent all year round. How do you manage to stay consistent?
Hang on a minute, I need to butt in. You just said to your audience, you look like
no, you're actually very compliant. Very compliant. But I guess how do you, you are what you preach. So if you want people to be compliant, you have to be compliant.
Yeah, but then there's been a number of times when we've had some wine nights that I have not been compliant. Let's be honest about that. Which is, I'm definitely going to do an episode on this where I talk about that. But what's your question?
How do you ensure that you stay compliant?
How do I ensure I stay compliant? Habits, routine.
Okay. So what is a non-negotiable for you every day with your routine?
I need to start my day with movement, or the first hour of my day allocated to myself, whether that's movement or my mind.
Whoosh.
The whoosh. A little bit of morning practice. No, it's usually the evening but come on. Let me think. You've distracted me. So honestly though, habits and routine, are non-negotiable for me. And I think a lot of people are okay with their gym. A lot of people can get to the gym, but a lot of people just suck with their food bad. They just really suck with their nutrition. It's ingrained into me that I just meal prep every week and meal plan every week. Whether I'm in a cut, whether I'm in a maintenance phase, whether I am in a surplus, whether I am traveling, I will still somehow forward plan. The degree of planning will vary. The degree of tracking will vary, but I always think consciously about what I'm going to have. If I've got a lot of social plans that week, I at least am writing down that I am not tracking that meal.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So a lot of people will just say, oh, I'm so busy, fuck it mode. And then they just let the whole week become a write-off. Whereas I'm very big on, okay, well, let's control what I can control and let's control the meals that I can control. And then when I do get invited, this is the thing, people say, oh, things just come up for me all the time. And it's a day before if you're catching up with a girlfriend usually. Don't get me wrong, people definitely have spontaneous plans. But if you've got a birthday that weekend. If you've got an engagement, if you've got a wedding, if you've got a hen's party. It doesn't mean that you can't stick to your goals because you've got a social event on.
Yeah. And I guess you're really good that if you buy something that you just want to dabble in, as soon as you take the first spoonful, you're like, no more. And it's an $8 spread.
I have done that before, but I've
seen you do it. It's just bin, bang. And it's like the empty bin liner.
You're not supposed to tell people this because I am a big food waster sometimes.
So a lot of people are. Most of the planet is.
Yeah, I'm not good with the environment. I need to be better with the environment. But the thing on that, I'm also very guilty of going through a whole spread of something in a week.
Yeah, but you track that, don't you?
Most of the time.
Belle?
Nah, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows. But yeah, there's definitely time. Like I still fall into the trap of emotional eating, 100%. Like I still do it. But it's just easier to navigate now.
Yeah, I guess you're aware of your triggers.
I know exactly. I think that's the difference. I know when I'm going to be triggered, and stress is one of them. If I had a shit day, if someone's pissed me off, but I am aware of it now, and I think about like what I'm doing before I just go to town. What my trigger is my grocery shopping. If I have gone and done all my grocery shopping and I've bought some new things, I just want to try everything, and I always do my shopping.
You do that with all your nutrition capital stuff. Oh, I got a box. Bring it home.
That actually happened. No. That actually happened to me last night. I've got a confession. Okay, I bought like a box of Fiber Boost protein bars, and I also bought the Fitlardo ice cream, but I couldn't decide which ice cream I wanted, so I bought both. And I had a little that might be my guilty the answer before, the question before about what do I do that's really fucked up.
Do you eat a whole tub of ice cream?
I have done that before, but the fucked up thing is I'll just randomly like get my finger and like put my finger into it and eat it.
The under your nails are actually gross too from fake tan. Like they're orange.
That's what I do that's fucking weird is I'll just grab my finger and like put it in a spread or something.
And because you've got fake nails, like it would be under there. So like the day after, you might be like chewing on your nail. Ooh, a bit of ice cream. Like the flavour's still there.
Yeah, maybe. So there's probably some Fitlardo ice cream under my nails right now. Just
have a taste.
Have a taste. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent.
All right. So this one, this person's looking for advice. So in their last competition, they got alopecia. And
hair loss.
Yep. So they were wondering, like, this person wants to compete again, but is it a good idea? Like, so it sounds like...
Okay. I'm going to say a couple things on that.
Her hair's grown back now, or their hair's grown back now, but they're worried that if they compete again, will the alopecia come back?
Okay, so the reason that people experience hair loss is because they're malnourished, and they're usually lacking nutrients and they're deficient in something, right? So that is a common thing when you severely diet and you're overly restricted. Like, yeah, hair loss is something that is quite common, and the reason is because you're freaking malnourished. And when you do compete at a rate where you're on very low calories, that is a consequence of it. Same similar to losing your period, right? So if you end up with skin issues, if you end up with losing a cycle, and if you end up losing your hair, like that's obviously not healthy, right? So my solution to that, to anyone that wants to compete, just freaking wait. Like, this is why I'm so big on building up your calories and improving your metabolism and doing all of that inner work before you go into a show. I know that when I competed last, I actually said this to Belle. I was like, we're not competing until my internal health is good. And I still lost my period during my show, during my prep, even after doing all of that inner work. So I like literally spoke about this last week, but losing your period for 2 years, took me 2 years to get it back, got it back, did all my blood work, realized it was good, then ended up deciding, yep, you know what, my internal health is actually really good. I'm going to compete. I competed. Even though my calories did not drop significantly, I still lost my cycle. And that was because I dropped from like being upwards of like 2,600 to 2,900 calories. And then I got down to 1,600. So it's a massive drop, right? But to the everyday person, like 1,600 calories isn't much. And I was like, why did I lose my why did I lose my period? And it was still low, still not that low. But I was also doing a bit more cardio and my steps were high and all of that. So the answer to that question is you just need to give yourself a lot of leeway to make sure that your internal health is good. Like, go and get your blood work done, go and make sure that you're not deficient in anything. If your hormones are out of whack, if your gut health is out of whack, like don't compete. That's just my simple answer.
Well, okay. So say like this person takes on your advice. Do you have like a coach recommendation? That's someone who would, I guess, help monitor that?
Yeah, Belle, for sure. Yeah. For sure. Like my coach Belle is great for that. But the other thing on the note is it's not to say you can never compete again. I think it's just a time thing.
Yeah.
And you don't need to it's like me when you ask me when am I competing next. It's like I could compete at the end of this year or I could compete at the end of next year. I could wait another 2 years. Like it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, the longer that you have in an off season, the better because you've got more time to grow muscle. You've got more time to build up your calories, build up your metabolism and improve your internal health. So just give it time. Make sure you're in a good space physically, internally before and mentally before you go back into it.
Yeah. I guess if this person is listening, I guess we should tell them that you're more than happy to talk to them.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So I know because these questions were all anonymous, so I don't actually know who's answered them, but who's asked them, but 100%. And I don't specifically specialize in comp prep, but if you are interested in comp prep, it is something that I'm thinking of doing. So I am open to taking on comp prep clients. So just reach out in the DMs.
Yep. Coolio. Yeah. All right. I've got 2 more questions and then I think we're done.
Okay.
All right. So you spoke about how when you competed last, you increased your cardio a lot. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on cardio?
My thoughts on cardio.
Besides being hit by a car.
Pick the cardio that you like and that you enjoy. And I am for cardio. I am for whatever exercise you like and what you enjoy. So if you hate the gym, if you hate lifting weights, don't do it. Obviously I've got my own opinion on what to do for certain body composition goals. And if you want to look toned and if you want to look leaner and you want to have a little bit of muscle definition, I'm going to tell you that running's not going to get you that body and weights will. But I'm also here to say I understand that weight training isn't for anybody. So I am for cardio. And I am for it if it's because you want to improve your cardiovascular system. I think good cardiovascular health in general is really good. And I think it's important to still maintain a reasonable level of cardio fitness. My preference personally,
no cardio.
I hate HIIT cardio to be fair.
I'm sick of a burpee.
I cannot stand it.
Absolutely hate
it. I don't know why. Bella used to always love doing HIIT classes and
I reckon I'd love a Saturday crew sesh.
Even that, I'm no thank you. Absolutely do not want to think of anything. The only good thing about it is hanging out with you guys when I do it, but I hate every minute of it. Yeah. So yeah, you've got it. And obviously I've done probably every kind of training you can think of over the years. But I definitely have found that weight training is my favorite. I do cardio now when I'm cutting.
Yeah.
So I do cardio because I have to, but if I am traveling, if it's a sunny day, if I'm in an area where the scenery is nice, I do like going for a run. Not a run, a jog with George. When we're traveling, we'll go for a jog together. Yeah.
Speaking about scenery, so a couple of weeks ago, I parked my car in this street when I was walking to work. And our work doesn't have car parks, but I was this street's really nice. It's a nice street in Essendon. Come back to my car. Don't you dare park in front of my house again. And I was I park in your street to look at your garden. Sorry, shame on me. No one else is enjoying it.
Oh my God, that's wild. Yeah,
so I was going to get my dog shit and put in the front lawn and then someone said I was too passive aggressive.
Not passive, just
throw it at the house.
Next level aggressive.
Yeah. I've not parked in the street since. I'm too scared.
Because I always just park in random streets and go for a walk. I do that all the time.
Well, I'm you do not own this street. I pay rates in this area.
I was going to say, my council rates are bloody expensive. Let me just say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Final question is what is your relationship status? Because there are a lot. Actually, one of them asked, "Are you straight or are you bi or are you?"
I am straight. I am
doubler.
I am definitely straight. I am definitely straight. If you want to the story that you want to tell, I know.
I don't know if I want to tell it. It's not my story.
It's not my story. No, I'm straight. I've never actually slept. I've never like done anything besides kiss a girl before.
Yeah. And you don't even remember.
And I don't remember. And that's not something that I
Imagine if they've like formulated this lie to tell you.
What do
like,
you mean?
Like Matt.
Because you weren't there.
Yeah. So
I
like
literally
Matt
don't
and Bella
bel-
created this. And then they've been like going through with this lie the whole time.
Imagine. Maybe they have. Because I dead set don't remember making out with this girl that I supposedly made out with when I was drunk. But I don't know. Like, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But then I probably can't say that because I haven't done it. That's
No,
what
you
your
can.
opinion would be.
No, you can totally.
If you go,
Guys can know they don't like anal sex without having to try anal sex.
Okay. I can
think
definitely.
girls can say they don't like having sex without trying
definitely-
it.
Yeah, totally.
I can-
That's applicable.
That's so funny. I
The
can.
stove was going to burn my hand. I put my hand on it to feel it burn my hand.
True. I can definitely say I don't want to lick vagina. That's for sure. Anyways,
Yeah. Okay.
My final-
Yeah, so your relationship status.
I'm gonna say it's single. But there's a little bit of uncertainty on that end.
Well, I think, yeah. Like, would you sleep with anyone else?
But I was gonna say, as I have always said, if it's not a fuck yes, it's fuck no. Well, we're in the stages on the fence, to be honest.
Growing.
do you
it's
want it to
growing.
be a fuck yes?
I would like for it to be a fuck yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
To be
all right.
continued.
Yeah, to be continued.
All right. Well, that is it. Should I leave with you for a question?
Oh, no.
I just want to say,
I like making other people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You made her feel uncomfortable.
you made
The
me feel
whole
very
time.
uncomfortable.
Actually, no, I've got one more. This one's lighthearted.
Okay.
So, what is one thing you do on a night out that you're known for?
Falling asleep. Is that the one?
You got two then.
Falling asleep.
Oh, you do fall asleep standing up
I do fall.
and dancing at the same time. But no,
What is it? What do I do?
met her on the dance floor.
That I'm not a good dancer? Is that what you're saying?
No. I've never seen someone clear out a dance floor as quick as you. That's got nothing to do with violence.
So anyone that knows me knows I have gut issues, and alcohol sends me I did a gut test and it come back that gin was like red
Allergic.
intolerant. Do not drink gin, Kayla. Your body does not like it. It is very sensitive to gin. And what do I do when I drink? I drink gin. So that's just what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that was funny. I like that.
bum.
I do like that you finished on that one. But yeah, have a different kind of Georgia on the podcast today. So thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Georgia is a great person to have in your life. She really does bring out the best in you. And this is probably why this episode has been such a good time, because it was very lighthearted, very funny. I definitely dropped some things that I probably would not normally say on air. But here we are.
You just can't hide from me.
No, what I will say is if you actually loved this episode and you want to see more, or hear, I should say, more Q&A episodes, I will probably get Peter on to do a live Q&A as well, because
Bring Georgia back. This is great.
this will be fun. And Georgia Seymour, let us know if you want to see Georgia Seymour back on the pod too, because she has actually, before we leave, there is another episode that Georgia did come on for. Oh, do you remember the number? I can't remember.
Mate,
I can't remember
breakfast.
I can't remember the number of the episode that Georgia was on, but it is narcissist toxic relationships.
Yeah.
So if you want to listen to that on Georgia's previous relationship that was super cray, then tune into that, and then of course chuck this one on your story if you loved it.
Yeah.
And we will see you again. You will see me again next week.
Yeah.
Woo! Bye.